Chol-Soo Lee is a woodprint artist of our generation. His first public showing was in 1981 at an exhibition to support a political demonstration against the status quo and social oppression. During the 1980s, his style was lyrical and his work had the boldness of a vigorous line-drawing technique. Beginning in 1988, his work began to reflect a soul-searching journey, seeking to express the essence of life. This was a transformational shift as the artist shifted his focus from external social events to his own inner life. His art makes the statement that we should look at ourselves and the world with sympathetic eyes, and that an ordinary and daily life is the inevitable passage toward the enlightened spirit. They're talking in a hushed voice about the wonder of existence and the joy of being alive. His prints have been embraced by the public, as noted by comments made about his work. He writes poems with his engravings. He has a modern style that captures very traditional beauty and harmonizes the two with simple but graceful drawings. His work is witty and to the point, his style influenced by the Zen school, and in few words he conveys a deep poetic feeling. In the 1910s, an era when hope itself disappeared from the country under the occupation of Japan, Korean society descended into a bottomless pit of endless despair. Yet heaven was gracious to the people and a saint appeared who would lead the Korean people out of this most difficult period. The founding master Sotaesan Jungbin Park on April 28, 1916. He attained the great enlightenment of ultimate religious experience and awareness as a result of seeking the way over many years. After his enlightenment, he established Won Buddhism, a new religion offering new hope. The founding master Sotaesan proclaimed the Ilwan Sang, the Dharmakaya Buddha, as the original source of all things in the universe, the mind seal of all the Buddhas and sages, and the original nature of all sentient beings. Ilwan Sang expresses the cardinal doctrine of Won Buddhism. The founding motto, "With this great opening of matter, let there be a great opening of spirit," expresses a call to action, giving people inspiration to practice the Buddha Dharma in their daily life. Let history record the first 100 years of Won Buddhism as miraculous, as a heart-moving century. The great doctrine has led us out of the 19th century to a new era with a simple message that reverberates far and wide. The year 2015 marks 100 years when Won Buddhism was delivering its message of hope to all human beings in the world. In 2011, a committee was formed to prepare the centennial celebration of Won Buddhism. They searched for new ways to communicate the essence of Won Buddha's teachings and to promote the message of the great opening of spirit to encourage others toward daily practice. Then the committee met Chol-Soo Lee, an artist in tune with the current times and one who understands what ordinary people are going through.
한 30년 만에 다시 대종경을 읽게 됐거든요. 근데 20대 말에 만났던 그 대종경이 아니었어요. 정말 달리 읽히기도 하고, 그래서 그때 제가 이거 대종경 2번 정독하고 하겠다고 말씀을 드렸는데, 대종경하고 30년 가까이 만에 다시 만나게 된 걸 아주 각별하게 고맙게도 느끼고 행복하게도 느끼고.
The scripture of the founding master is a Won Buddhist book that chronicles the words and activities of the founding master Sotaesan. The scripture of the founding master is composed of Dharma discourses organized into 15 chapters and 457 sections. This book records the Dharma discourses the founding master gave during the time Won Buddhism was being established, from 1916 when the order first began, based on the great enlightenment of the founding master Sotaesan, up to 1943, when the founding master Sotaesan entered Nirvana. The founding master Sotaesan lit a spark of hope for people living in a sea of suffering. He encouraged them to personally begin the study of happiness and provide practical methods for making the world a better place. In 1962, Won Buddhism published The Scriptures of Won Buddhism, along with the principal book of Won Buddhism, which was personally written by the founding master, Sotae San. Cholsu Lee's handwritten notes on the pages of the scripture of the founding master vividly shows the phases of his studying and learning. It is like the book of a student preparing for an examination.
그 이론 진리라고 하는 것이 이렇게 해서 우리 일상 속에서 살아있는 진리로 화하지 못하면 이 경전을 읽는 게 뭐겠어요. 그래서 제가 그림을 그리면서 그런 역할을 할 수 있으면 좋겠다고 생각했어요.
Line by line, paragraph by paragraph, he engraved the passages and teachings of the sage deep in his mind. Cholsu Lee spent many years asking about and verifying the meanings of the Dharma discourses with the utmost devotion to attain the deepest truth of the teachings. Cholsu Lee is now hoping to present the teachings of the founding master Sotae San to everyone in the world.
마치면서도 그 아쉬움은 계속 많았어요. 읽을수록 마르지 않는 샘으로서의 대종경 이런 생각했어요.
To express the teachings of the founding master Sotae San and his learning and understanding of Won Buddhism, Cholsu Lee began to engrave wood plates. Like a poet communicating with the world through words and a singer through song, he used drawings and his own words to speak to the world.
대종사님이 이렇게 문어체로 돼 있고 또 좀 경비처럼 돼 있는 표현을 이렇게 살아있는 표현으로 바꾸신 취지를 100년 뒤에 우리가 살려 쓰고 싶으면 또 다른 새로움이 여기 부여돼야 할 필요가 있겠다고 생각이 들었어요. 그래서 정말 새롭게 우리 세대답게 번안해서 읽는 경전으로서의 대종경도 우리한테 필요하다. 그런 생각이 들었고요.
The artist read and reread the scripture of the founding master until his book became worn and threadbare. He had met Sotae San, the founding master of Won Buddhism, and can hear his voice as he reads about the accounts of the teachings of the founding master in the scripture of Won Buddhism. All scriptures are storybooks. The Prajnaparamita Heart Sutra is a story about the Buddha and Sariputra. The Diamond Prajnaparamita Sutra is a story about the Buddha and Subhuti. And the Surangama Sutra is a story about the Buddha and Ananda. The Bibles of the Jewish and Christian religions are composed of stories. All news comes from stories. The present work of the artist is a story about the founding masters Sotae San and Cholsu Lee. The moment of enlightenment is expressed as, I have received news depicted in the Zen school of artistic expression. The artist, while communicating with the founding master, received a teaching that was like news to him. He stated it as the news of spring blossoms. Flowers blossom every spring. What well-known but precious news! Most people do not hear this wonderful news at all, mainly because they live a half-dead life. The engraving of the scripture of the founding master depicts the artist passing on the news of spring blossoms to encourage these half-dead trees to sustain their life through the harsh winter, because come spring, flowers will surely bloom. A good wind may be appreciated if, and only if, we are fully alive. Even a beautiful flower may be appreciated if, and only if, the tree is fully alive. This is the news of spring blossoms. The 100-year history of Won Buddhism is an account of the news of spring blossoms. With this artwork, Cholsu Lee has engraved the history of the news of spring flowers, declaring that flowers can bloom only if the tree firmly withstands the winter, regardless of difficulties.
제 그림을 통해서 하는 얘기도 사실은 물질에 관한 이야기, 물신에 관한 이야기들인데 그런 점에서 저는 대종경하고 처음부터 코드가 맞았거나 뭐 주파수가 맞았거나 뭐가 맞아들 공사는 아주 컸던 거죠. 그래서 뒤늦게라도 다시 인연이 생긴 건 저한테는 아주 행복한 일이었어요.
Won Buddhism has the aspiration to become the hope of the world. The artist's woodprint of the scripture of the founding master may be that very spring blossom of the hope to be remembered and passed on from generation to generation.